Chapter 9, August 2nd, 2022. Freestyle. Funny, in a quiet neighborhood, I've come to realize dogs bark to announce my presence, roosters croak and birds chirp, crickets do their thing, and bunny rabbits hop at any sight of human beings. Oh, what a wonderful life. Oh, what a wonderful world I live in. Activities for seniors and children. Children love attention, and senior citizens need attention. One generation has their mind open to receive, and the other generation has so much to give. So many stories and insights to share about life. A friend of mine was saying the other day, it would be nice if our country built daycares near senior living homes so the kids would come to visit the seniors. I like that idea very much. Nursing home. When elderly people were about to transition, they grabbed my right ear. I was terrified at the vision I saw of them. I clearly saw the faces of women and men who were at their last stage of life. Oftentimes, this occurred when they went to the hospital in the area and weren't given the proper treatment and came back with bed sores. Eventually, the patient would be transferred back to the nursing home, and we'd find that they had bed sores. Although we did our best to turn them in bed every 2 hours, they transitioned. On different occasions, I would see the elderly patient in a vision. In a vision, they would be grabbing hold of my right heel as if they were pleading for something. On one occasion, being new to the nursing field, I was instructed to get a patient ready for burial because she was about to transition. Fortunately, I wasn't going to do this alone. Another nursing student was going to help me bathe her and get her ready. I would come in and out of the room to monitor her progress. I saw the nun who I had a year ago given a lot of material about statues in the Catholic Church. She was in a room watching the patient, and I just observed. After she left the room, I asked the elderly patient if she wanted to receive Jesus as her Lord and Savior. During the time I had taken care of her, she hadn't spoken much. Her limbs were stiff, and she depended heavily on the nurse aides to assist her in all her basic needs. But as I asked her if she wanted to receive Jesus Christ as her Lord and Savior, a tear flowed down her cheek. I asked her the question again, as if I was waiting for her to give me a vocal response. After waiting for a while, I was satisfied with the tear I saw come down her face. A few moments later, she passed away. I and the other nurse student were instructed by the supervisor, a registered nurse, to wash and prepare the patient and make her look presentable. Unfortunately, I found out when one patient passed away, there were others on the same floor that passed within the same week or on a different floor. I thought it was a strange phenomenon, but they may have been connected to one another. Even though I hadn't seen them interact with each other, they represented different races and ethnic backgrounds. Another patient I took care of was a monk. During his last days, he could no longer move with ease and grace as he once did. One night, as I sat in his lounge chair and was quickly falling asleep, I saw a vision of a hand on my head. I knew from experience this looked like a hand I saw on my head as I sat on the bus, on my way coming home from work. I shook the vision of the hand on my head and stood up immediately. I wondered what was going on in the life of the monk and what type of internal battle he must have been going through. I didn't think much about it, but he, like the others who had transitioned, had held onto my right heel, pleading for me to do something for them. I hadn't told anyone of the vision until 20 years later after it happened. My mentor at the time envisioned herself working with the elderly to help them approach transitioning to another life with ease and grace instead of seeing it from a standpoint of fear. I remember at the nursing home, the bed rising because I had begun reading books from Rebecca Brown. There were so many tactics to deter me from reading the books, but I just pushed through because I saw that knowledge was empowerment. I would have knowledge into what occult activities look like and how they filtered into the church, and not to be part of what Hosea 4:6 says, "My people perish for lack of wisdom." I remember a mom buying Harry Potter movie for a child. I knew she was Christian and told her how my pastor had given a sermon about how we Christians shouldn't be watching those movies. She was decisive. She didn't know if she should buy it or not. Finally, she said thank you and went to return the movie where she found it. I remember as a nursing assistant, my job was rewarding as long as I prayed to God early in the morning Many times I had experienced God's peace as I dealt with coworkers' impatience. God liberated me from lawsuits and different things that occurred on the job, all because He saw the hand of the enemy to fire me from my job before I had fulfilled the mission He had sent me to do.